So good morning everyone, I am Pujita, working as assistant professor in VLITS. In this semester I am going to teach you cryptography and network security. So we will see what are the basic definitions of cryptography, network security, and then we will see what are the unit 1 topics. Then we will go into first topic of unit 1. So first one, cryptography. See, cryptography, network security. First we should know definitions of these three words. Cryptography is a Greek word and it is nothing but study of encryption. Cryptography, network, and third one is security. In this semester you are having cryptography and network security subject. So before this is the first time you are listening to the word cryptography. Cryptography word is divided into crypto and graphy. Crypto is nothing but encryption. I will tell you what encryption is. But the basic definition of cryptography is study of encryption. So cryptography is a Greek word which is nothing but study of encryption. Next one is network. So what do you mean by network? Group of systems interconnected. Group of systems interconnected. And they should share some physical resource. Common physical resource. So what is a network? Network is nothing but group of systems interconnected and they should share some common physical resource. This common physical can be printer or LAN cable. So cryptography is a Greek word which is nothing but study of encryption. I will again tell you what encryption is. Next word is network. What is a network? Network is group of computers interconnected and they should share some common physical resource. That common physical resource can be printer or can be LAN. Now our computer lab, our OS lab, all our labs can be networks. That means all the computers in the labs are interconnected to a LAN cable. They are sharing a common physical resource, LAN. So next one is security. While talking about security, the general meaning of security is we should have some privacy in the point of data. See, generally securing your data, nothing but why we should secure our data, when we can secure our data, how our data. These are the topics we are going to discuss in further classes. General meaning of security is nothing but preserving something. Here also the meaning of security is preserving something. So when you can secure, how you can secure, for what purpose you are securing, why you need security for your data. We should have privacy for our data. That is the key point we are talking in cryptography. So cryptography is a Greek word which is the study of encryption. Network is nothing but group of computers interconnected and they should share some common physical resource. Example, our labs. Security is nothing but we want to have some preservance or we want to have some privacy to our data. So I suggest you the textbooks of William Stallings Cryptography and Network Security and William Stallings Network Security Essential Applications and Standards. So yeah. Yes. So William Stallings Cryptography and Network Security, William Stallings Network Security Essential Applications and Standards. I suggest you to go refer textbook and these two are the prescribed textbook. William Stallings is the person well known for cryptography. Remember this name. William Stallings is very important person. From now onwards we will listen this name very often. He is the person who is responsible for the book of cryptography and I suggest you to go through these two books and these are your prescribed textbooks. So apart from this you can have some reference books also. See, all the units you cannot get from the single textbook. Unit 1 will be in different books, Unit 2 will be in different books. So all the content of cryptography single book. So I request you to go through the reference books also. These reference books, particularly Introduction to Cryptography, you will have the mathematical part. Of course, Unit 1 is a theory concept, but from second unit onwards, you are having some mathematical problems. All the mathematical problems you can see in Fundamentals of Network Security or Introduction to Cryptography. So next one, what are the objectives of this course? Why we need to study cryptography? Yes, we want to provide security for our data. We want to learn what is cryptography. Yes, this is the subject in your final year. But what are the objectives of this course? What you are going to gain from this is, in first unit you will learn basics. In first unit you will learn some basics. In second unit you will learn cryptographic algorithms. Cryptographic algorithms. Unit 2 and 3 also you will learn cryptographic algorithms only, like DES, AES, RSA. So first unit you will learn the basics and some definitions. I will tell you what are those. In second unit and third unit you are going to learn cryptographic algorithms which are responsible for encryption. So our cryptography is basically about encryption. That algorithms you are going to learn in 2-3 units. And from fourth unit you will learn what are hash functions and MAC, message authentication code. From fifth unit you will learn PGP, SMIME. These are protocols. In fifth unit we will have protocols. In fourth unit we will have hash functions and message authentication code MAC. Apart from this you are going to learn digital signatures. Digital signatures. And finally last unit is about security. So these are the of our course. We need to learn some basic definitions. We need to learn cryptographic algorithms like DES, AES and RSA. Then we need to learn hash functions and message authentication code. Then we need to learn some protocols like PGP, SMIME, digital signatures. Finally security. These are all the objectives of this course. So outcomes. After completion of this semester, after completing of learning cryptography, what are the outcomes you are going to get from this is, you will be in a condition to understand what is security. Very, very important point is, you people will be in a condition to understand what is security. Yes, we have learned all the units, all the protocols, all the algorithms, completely done with cryptography. Now what is the benefit we are going to get from it is termed as outcome. Now the outcome of this course is very clear. You will be familiar with the, in the sense, you will be in a condition that wherever you hear the word security, you will be in a position that how to secure your data. Apart from that, you can be mastering protocols. You can be mastering fundamentals of secret. Then you will exactly know what is privacy. There is a lot difference between secrecy and privacy. I will tell you in the further classes. So you will be mastering protocols. You will know the better definition of security. You will know the difference between privacy and secrecy. So that's what I have mentioned here. You will know some protocols. You will know how to keep the secret, and you will know some countermeasures for attacks. Third one is countermeasures to stop data breach. Data breach is nothing but data. Data breach is nothing but loss of your data. So by this course, what you are going to get, you will know the exact definition of security. You will know the difference between privacy and secrets, and you will be mastering fundamentals. You will be mastering protocols, and finally you will know, very importantly, what are the countermeasures to stop the data breach. Data breach is nothing but loss of data. Somebody is attacking on your data. I will tell you all these things detailedly. So these are the outcomes. From this course you are going to get these outcomes. So now let us start our unit 1. Name of unit 1 is basic principles. So now let us start our unit 1. Name of unit 1 is basic principles. As I said you already, in unit 1 you will have the definitions and basic things. So what are the topics we have in Unit 1? Security goals, cryptographic attacks, cryptographic services and mechanisms, mathematics of cryptography. So what I wanted to tell you is only 5 topics we will have in Unit 1. In that 5 topic also, first 4 topics are only theoretical topics. You will get the problems from mathematics of cryptography. So these topics are interrelated. Security goals are interrelated to security services. Security services are interrelated to security mechanisms. First 4 are theory concepts and you will get problems in the point of examination. In examination point of view, you are going to get problems from mathematics of cryptography, and rest of the things are theory subjects, and we will discuss one by one. But the important thing is goals are connected to attacks, attacks are connected to services, services are connected to mechanisms. This is a brief introduction about Unit 1, what we have in Unit 1. So this is the overall syllabus of CNS. As you will go through it, and I'll just mention unit names. So anyhow, all these 6 units, I'm going to just mention the unit names. So Unit 1 basic principles, Unit 2 symmetric encryption, Unit 3 asymmetric encryption, Unit 4 data integrity signature schemes, key management. If you remember, I have told you in the outcomes, what all the outcomes we expected that syllabus is going to cover, this syllabus is going to cover to achieve all the outcomes. While discussing about outcomes, I have mentioned that from each unit we are going to get some benefits. So this syllabus going to cover in such a way that all the outcomes are fulfilled. So Unit 5 network security and Unit 6 also network security. So this is what a brief introduction or explanation about your entire syllabus. So this actually, you can read this actually as it is. If you read, it will be good. Security and privacy starts and ends with us. It is a very good introduction to CNS. Now we are talking about providing security for our data. When we think nobody else should take our data, we should be in a position that we should not look into others' data. I can tell you, your WhatsApp, your Facebook, your Instagram, all the things you want to secure, and you will feel that nobody should open your things. Same way, what is the security we can learn from CNS is, we should be in a position that we are not going to look into others' data. So security and privacy both will start from us and both will end from us only. If we expect others not to look into our life, look into others' life. Before going into cryptography, we should know that I can teach you cryptography in final year. It doesn't mean you should do hacking in your college. It doesn't mean you should hack your friends' accounts. Yes, believe me, this happened, so I am mentioning this point. You should learn cryptography and network security for the purpose of goodness. You should learn the network tips. You should learn the cryptography algorithms for a good beneficiary to the society. So you can read it. Commit to a disciplined practice. This is very important. Committing to a disciplined practice is very important. What I exactly mean? Learn subject as a subject. Don't take it and implement in your personal lives or colleges. Before learning all these techniques, you may be interested in these techniques, but don't try it in your colleges. You should commit to a disciplined practice, which means don't hack, do not hack your friends or college accounts. So this is very important thing, guys. Don't look into others' life, then nobody will look into your life also. Data is very important for everyone. Everybody's information is precious. So before starting CNS, everybody will start the subject with this point. When I am studying CNS, then my teachers also told me the same point. Commit to a disciplined practice. You should not be in a point, nobody should point out you. So security is very important. Use it for good things. So actually, now we will see. Already I have told you cryptography. Cryptography is nothing but science or study of encryption. Same definition I have written here. So 3 important things we have: cryptography, cryptanalysis, cryptology. Difference. These 3 terms are different. Their meaning is different, but we have to learn. Our subject is cryptography, that is nothing but study of encryption. Cryptanalysis is nothing but reverse process to cryptography. Nothing but cryptanalysis is also called as code breaking. Code breaking. So, science of encryption is cryptography. Cryptanalysis is nothing but it is also a science of breaking this encryption. Encryption is cryptography. Breaking encryption is cryptanalysis. And nothing but cryptology is both the combination of cryptography and cryptanalysis. So hope you understand. Cryptography is the science of encryption. Cryptanalysis is nothing but code breaking, which means reverse process to cryptography, means breaking of encryption. And the combinational study of these both is cryptology. So this is the basic terminology in your subject and it is very important. This to be detailedly explained. See, yes, hello is message. A is sending this message to B. Now, this hello is plain text. If this hello is converted to 555, this 555 is ciphertext. The process of converting plain text to ciphertext is nothing but encryption. So now we are going to see the terminology plain text, ciphertext, key, encipher, decipher, and these things you already know. Cryptography, cryptanalysis, cryptology you already know, but important thing is plain text and ciphertext. So all the original messages are plain text. Converting plain text into ciphertext is encryption or encipher. Same way reverse process, converting ciphertext into plain text is decryption or decipher. Very important to remember, original message is plain text. Converting that plain text into ciphertext is encryption. Reverse process, converting ciphertext into plain text is decryption. What is ciphertext? You want to send a message to your friend, that message is hello and you cannot send hello directly, so you are converting that hello into 555. Converting hello into 355. Very simple thing. Hello is the plain text because it is the original message. We are converting hello into 355. So 355 is ciphertext. Conversion of plain text into ciphertext is encryption or encipher. Conversion of ciphertext into plain text is decryption or decipher. So hello is our plain text. Example of plain text. I am converting this hello into ciphertext. 355. So 355 is ciphertext. Keys and cipher we will learn in unit 2. Next, converting hello into 355 is encryption. Converting 355 into hello is decryption. What are the other names we have for encryption and decryption? Encipher, decipher. So these are the basic terminology in our subject. Yes, this is where actually our content starts. And see here, P is plain text. Converting plain text into ciphertext with the help of encryption algorithm. Since we are using encryption algorithm, for doing encryption we are taking the help of keys. I'll tell you what this keys is in unit 2. So plain text with the help of encryption algorithm, we are converting it into text. For that purpose we are using keys. It is encryption, so we have used encryption key. Encryption key. What we have discussed previously, that we have put in the form of diagrammatic. This question can be asked in exam as relationship between plain text and ciphertext. So if somebody asks you what is the relationship between plain text and ciphertext, you should tell plain text is converted into ciphertext with the help of encryption algorithm and with the help of keys. Because we are using encryption key, we mentioned it as KE. Same way, this happened at sender side. Encryption happened at sender side. Same way, converting ciphertext into plain text with the help of decryption algorithm and with the help of decryption key. Since it is decryption key, we are terming it as KD. This is the relationship we have. So, plain text converted to ciphertext. converted to ciphertext. Plain text by decryption converted to ciphertext with the help of decryption key. Ciphertext with the help of encryption converted to plain text with the help of key. So these two formulas are very important, ciphertext and plain text. From now onwards, in every unit we are going to discuss this. Plain text converted to ciphertext by decryption with the help of decryption key. Ciphertext converted to plain text, processes encryption with the help of encryption key. Plain text converted to ciphertext with the help of encryption algorithm and with the help of encryption key. All this happened till here happened at sender side. So ciphertext is again converted into plain text with the help of decryption or encryption key. This happened at receiver side. Okay, this is the basic structure of relationship between plain text and ciphertext and basic structure of cryptography. So we need to know some standard organizations. In the name itself we have standard organizations, and these standard organizations are nothing but NIST, ISO, ITUT. Why we should learn about these things? As I already said you, we should learn about attacks, we should learn about services, we should learn about mechanisms. People who invented attacks, services and mechanisms are nothing but these organizations. Single person is not responsible for cryptography. Single person is not responsible for attacks, services and mechanisms. Group of team who is working on it, that group of team are nothing but standard organizations. See, you can see here, International Telecommunication Union Telecommunication. International Telecommunication Union Telecommunication Standardization Sector, ITUT. International Organization for Standardization, ISO. National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST. Why I am stressing on these three is, further when we go into concepts, I will repeat these names. NIST invented this thing, ITUT invented this thing. So I wanted to tell you the full forms and show you the logos. This is ISO logo. ISOC is nothing but Internet Society, and this is NIST logo, this is ITUT logo, and this is RSA Labs. As I told you before while discussing about object use, we have RSA algorithm in third unit. The people who are responsible for RSA algorithm is RSA Labs. So we have discussed, while I am telling you about outcomes, I have told you in outcomes from third unit we will get RSA algorithm. People who are responsible for RSA algorithm is RSA Labs. So these are the standard organizations. From now onwards, when we go for second unit and third unit, we are going to see these names. So NIST, ISO, ITUT. These are the standard organizations. Why we need to know about standard organizations? From now onwards, when we discuss about the topics like attacks, services and mechanisms, we will get these names. National Institute of Standards and Technology, people invented something. So you should remember these names. See the logos and remember these names. These standard organizations have invented so many things or have discovered so many things. In cryptography, these play very important role, mainly NIST and ITUT. National Institute of Standards and Technology, International Telecommunication, Union Telecommunication Standardization Sector. Rest of the things also very important. And in our third unit, we have RSA algorithm, and the RSA Labs is responsible for RSA algorithm. And you can see here de facto, which is not an English word, it is a German word. What is a de facto? RSA is a specific position, but it is not by legal right. The company or the organization which have some specified position in society, but it may not be legally it doesn't have rights. So these are some of the standard organizations. These organizations have invented some important things. That things we are going to use in cryptography, we are going to read. So you better know the full forms of these organizations. And remember, RSA is very important question, very important algorithm, and people responsible for RSA is RSA Labs. It has some important position in society, but may not be, it doesn't have any legal rights. So these are standard organizations. Next, what is security? So we have already seen what is a security. See here, I want to go into security goals. I just want to go into the topic security goals. Before going into the topic security goals, I just want to brief it in 2 points that what is security. And you can see here, this triangle is security trade. Security trade. So confidentiality, interoperability are 3 security goals. What are the 3 security goals we have? Confidentiality, integrity, availability. So we have already discussed this triangle representation is nothing but security trade. Security trade will contain confidentiality, integrity, availability. This confidentiality, integrity, availability are called security goals. This is our first topic in Unit 1. And what they have said here, security can be implicit or explicit. Nothing but inside, we can provide security or we can have security rules by inside members or outside members. Explicit is nothing but outside. Implicit is nothing but inside. So what is the one point? Security rules or security policy can be defined by inside people or outside people. Security, which will have 3 components. That 3 components are nothing but security goals. So this is the advanced version. This is the advanced version for security goal. What they have done here, confidentiality, integrity, availability are 3 important security goals. In addition, they have added accountability, authenticity. So this is the basic security goals diagram, security trade. For that they have implemented so on years. After many years they have implemented accountability and authenticity also they have added for security trade. And this is called as confidentiality, integrity, availability. So it is called as CIA trade. So we are going to define some rules. Define rules or policy. To maintain security, we are going to define some rules or policy that can be defined by inside people or outside people. So we'll go on and see what are security goals. We have security aspects. It is nothing but providing security for data you need to provide security, for file, for computer, finally for network and internet. Security aspect is nothing but providing security for different things. And in that I have mentioned some providing security for your computer, providing security for network and providing security for internet. But basically it is for your own data you should provide security. For some files you should provide for your computer and group of computers network and group of networks internet. Internet is nothing but group of networks. Group of networks. So security aspects is not in your syllabus, but you need to know what are the security aspects. So I have mentioned important security aspects here. It is nothing but providing everything in this world. Actually security aspect starts from data. Your own data to be secured, your files to be secured, your computer and group of computers are, here computers are called as nodes, N-O-D-E-S. So group of nodes is a network and group of networks is a internet. For all these things you need to provide security. Your own data should be secured, your files should be secured, computers should be secured. Now onwards we will call computers as nodes, N-O-D-E-S, nodes. So group of nodes is a network and group of networks is a internet. For all these things you need to provide security, that will come under security aspects. This we have already discussed, CIA. This we have already discussed, CIA, nothing but confidentiality, integrity, availability. Confidentiality, integrity, availability. That they have represented as, this S means security. So if security is in the center, confidentiality, integrity, availability will always secure. Then I have already mentioned CIA is the basic trade. For that they have added some AAN. For general CIA trade, they have added authentication, authorization, non-repudiation. That I will tell you in upcoming classes. But what you should know is, your data is here. If you want to tell your data is secured, yes, my data is secured. When can you tell that? If you have confidentiality, integrity, availability, I will tell you what these three also in next slide. So, you have some data, you can tell your data is secured when you achieve confidentiality, integrity, availability. If I am the person, I should claim that my data is secured, I should achieve confidentiality, integrity, availability. Achieve these 3 points, they can tell their data is secure. Yes, now we will see what is confidentiality, integrity and availability. There will be two types of persons. Authorized, unauthorized. So very simple to remember. Availability is nothing but sender and receiver should be available to each other to send data. That only they have given here. Systems and services should not be denied to authorized users. Right person getting the right data, he is authorized user. Wrong person getting the data, unauthorized user. I have a Gmail account. My Gmail account is opened by me only. Then I will be the authorized user. I have the Gmail account. Without my permission, you people opened my Gmail account. You will be unauthorized user. Entire concept will round authorized and unauthorized users. In cryptography, every topic will be based on authorized and unauthorized users. So you can see here, confidentiality, integrity, availability is from CIA trade, nothing but security goals or security objects. So what I should do, there will be two types of people, authorized and unauthorized. If only authorized people are getting the data, yes, confidentiality achieved. Here 2 points we have. I am sending data, only authorized people should take that. Integrity, trust. Integrity is nothing but trust. When we can have trust on somebody, sender is sending data, receiver is receiving data, receiver is the authorized person. Integrity is achieved. Confidentiality is nothing but my data is not be given to unauthorized user. See the difference. I am sending my data to a receiver and that receiver is authorized. Integrity achieved. I am sending some data to somebody else and he is not unauthorized. Confidentiality. Availability is nothing but sender and receiver is mutually being available to each other without denied in service. It may be data or it may be service, it may be anything that we are transferring. Both sender and receiver should be available to each other. They should not be denied. Denied in the sense late. The meaning of denied is late. So sender and receiver should always be available to each other. They should not be data or service denied. Integrity is nothing but, here we can have data integrity and system integrity. Nothing but the information is given to only authorized person. If it is given to only, see here only authorized. Here also system integrity, only authorized people using the system. So let us conclude this. Availability is sender and receiver always being available to each other without there is denying services. And then integrity is only sending data to authorized people. Confidentiality is nothing but our data is given to somebody and he is not unauthorized. In case of confidentiality, whoever taking our data, that person should not be unauthorized. In case of integrity, we should only, with trust, we should only send it to authorized user. Availability, each sender and receiver should be available to each other without late in service or data. These are security goals. So here you can see, if Alice is sender and Bob is receiver. So Eve is attacker. So if you want to achieve cryptography goals, 2 points you have: encryption and authentication. See, everything should be as secure as necessary, but not securer. Everything in this world should be as secure as necessary, but not secure. If you want your data to be secure, so everything in this world should be as secure as necessary, but not more secure. Expect that. And sender, receiver, attacker. 3 persons we have here. What we want to do is prevent Eve from intercepting the message. Prevent Eve from impersonating the Alice. What the 2 things we should do? This attacker should not watch Alice. That is preventing Eve from intercepting message. Preventing Eve from impersonating Alice. Alice is the sender. The attacker should not watch sender. That is impersonating. And when Alice is sending message to Bob, this attacker should not have eye on message. These 3 things should be achieved. Encryption is nothing but Alice want to send hi to Bob. This hi is converted into 05. That is encryption. Alice want to send hi message to receiver. This hi is converted into 05. So converting hi into 05 is nothing but encryption. That is
Okay.